Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim, the guy to my stage right over that way. That's John Gerber, PGA of America member John Gerber from his home studio in Kansas City, Missouri. Y'all have snow on the ground up there?
Kansas. I'm in Kansas, not Missouri. Yeah,
Orchard Park is in Kansas? Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Didn't you used to be in Missouri?
Overland Park is in Kansas. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're in Kansas or Missouri right now. It's colder than hell, and it's not good. It's not good here. It's not.
Hey, breaking news. Overland Park is in Kansas.
Yeah, if you didn't know that, then I don't know.
I don't know why I thought you were on the other side of the state line over there.
I'm on the good side.
I thought you were over by the zoo for some reason.
No, that's Swope Memorial. That's one of my golf courses, but that's just not where we're at. We are in Overland Park, Kansas. Right. The home of what is the home of? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You're asking me a question. I don't know.
Home of the Oak Park Mall.
All right, there's a lot of cool parks
that's
here.
That's in Lenexa.
Yeah, no, that's no good. That's not Overland Park. That's Oak Park.
That's in Lenexa.
There's nothing good right now here. It's cold. High today was 19 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds, so it's cold. But we do have some warm-up weather here. Wednesday looks like tomorrow's going to be nice, 65.
Oh, wow.
Saturday, it's going to be 70 degrees. So I'm going to get a little golf in Friday and Saturday. And
tomorrow's supposed to be 61.
Yeah, so that's warm for here. I didn't tell you yet. I got a little trip to South Florida next week.
Yep.
So we're going to be scouting out our potential new location for FanStream Sports South Florida. So it's a work trip. So we're going to looking forward to that and going to play a little golf. And yeah, so busy here. Even though it's cold and it's February, we still are busy as the golf season ramps up. And me going to Florida is where the PGA Tour starts next week. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. But this is the recap show and a couple pop-ups of some interesting points to talk about as we talk about Michelle Wie West. And
ruined my tease.
I'm sorry. Well, you saw her picture. Have you seen a picture of her lately? Yeah,
that picture I threw up there is only like 3 years old.
She looks better now than she has ever looked. She is certainly.
She looked pretty good before.
Certainly, retirement life and non-competitive travel life and having a couple kids and being a mom is certainly agreed with her.
Yeah, I follow her on Instagram.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Why would you? I'm shocked that you don't. If you don't, and she's been posting a ton lately, not wearing makeup.
Golf and Asian women, I didn't think is your two fortes.
Oh, Michelle Wie has always been my forte.
Okay. All right. The big Weezy.
Probably before it should have been when she was just starting out.
Yeah, you should feel bad about yourself. That's for sure.
I don't at all, actually.
No, you don't. That's might be a problem.
But she's been posting a lot of stuff, not wearing makeup and stuff, like out in a boat, as we say in Canada. And she looks pretty good.
Are you still? I'm surprised you were able to do the show today just because of the Canadian loss yesterday.
We're not even talking about. We're not talking about that.
Oh, you got a discrepancy with that.
We're not talking about that farce. That farce of a gold medal.
I'll let you.
Look. I will say this. That's all. This is all I'm going to say. And then we're dropping it. It doesn't matter what team won the gold medal. There should be an asterisk next to the gold medal part of wherever they make that record, and it should be an asterisk on their gold medals because it was not an Olympic tournament.
Because of the 3-on-3 at the end. Is that
that's part of it? That's a huge part of it.
What's the other part?
Part of it was horrible officiating.
Well, that happens no matter what.
You had a team score a goal with six skaters on the ice that nobody even saw, that nobody called. A whole extra man on the ice, and they scored a goal that didn't get called. Now, that wasn't U.S. and Canada. That was early in the tournament, but it's still, the officiating was a farce. The ice rink size was a farce. None of this was Olympic hockey.
Okay, so
I hated it.
This isn't a hockey show, but I I'm a sports connoisseur, and I like it. And hockey is certainly my weak point when it comes to sports. I love going. We can talk baseball all day long, and we might be coming up with a baseball show here soon. I can talk golf. Hockey, I need to get a little bit of tutelage on. I think that I love going to the games itself. Watching on TV is certainly out for me. I can't do that. I don't like that at all. So the Olympic-sized stadium is small. It wasn't small. Is it small? It wasn't regulation of.
Yes. An international sheet of ice is about 15 feet wider than an NHL sheet, and about 8 feet shorter. So it's more open space in between, and then there's differences because of that, of course, between the goal line and the blue line, and then the center line, the red line. So what they used was not an NHL regulation size, and that's what a lot of people were saying. Oh, they're using NHL ice. It was not NHL ice; it was European ice.
Yeah, but it's not an NHL tournament; it's an Olympic tournament.
Exactly, but they were using NHL players. And normally in hockey, in international hockey, you use an international ice, the bigger ice, and it's a lot more fun to watch for me. A lot more open space, especially with the women. Different strategies, and then you don't have to go to this farce of a 3-on-3 in overtime, which, by the way, is the 3-on-3 format is an NHL rule, but not in the playoffs. They don't use that crap in the playoffs, and they shouldn't use it in gold medal rounds and in medal rounds. In basically what is elimination hockey once you start getting to the medal rounds.
Yeah, but you can't change the complex of the arena going into medal rounds. But also, not everybody on those teams are playing the NHL. So
everybody on the U.S. and everyone on the Canada, Canada, everyone on Finland, everyone on Sweden, pretty much all of the big teams use NHL only players.
Yeah, but it's still an international.
But that has nothing. That's my point. You're making my point for me. It's an international tournament. It's not an NHL tournament. Why don't you use the international ice? Why are you using a smaller ice sheet than you've used in years before?
Yeah, but as a pro, you knew that. Everybody knew that going in. Like, everybody's playing the same stuff. What is that?
Right.
I mean, adjust to it.
It's not Olympic hockey. You just had a European tournament that's not the Olympics. And by the way, 3-on-3 in overtime, that's never been done before. That's brand new.
Well, Olympics lost all credibility anyways when you have breakdancing in it 2 years ago. So I don't want to mean, that's what.
Well, we had ballroom dancing in it like in the 90s, and I loved that. But
flag football. Come on, man, give me a break.
No, and dude, no, it was and the competition was great. I loved watching the women. The women's gold medal game was a crap too. I don't know if anyone's heard my diatribe on that. I've never seen a bigger joke of a hockey game between two powerhouses. And I'm not bashing the women. I'm just saying, dude, nobody was prepared for that game on either side. They were nervous. JP told me that they looked nervous. I'm like, no. There was no puck possession game. Nobody could clear a zone. There was no defense. Chicks were falling down all over the ice. I don't know what was going on.
They're just skating.
I don't know what was going on, but I was embarrassed by it. But playing 3-on-3 in overtime in a gold medal game, the NHL doesn't even do that. And that's where they got the 3-on-3 from. The NHL plays 3-on-3 in overtime in the regular season. If you're still tied, you go to a shootout. In international hockey, you don't play 3-on-3. You just play until somebody wins. You keep playing overtime periods like they do in the NHL in overtime in the playoffs. It was so ridiculous. As I said, we weren't going to talk hockey.
No, I feel your so outpouring enthusiasm, right?
So, look, I was pissed before Canada lost, right? Like I was already having it. It's ridiculous. Go
ahead. Sorry.
No, it's like you said, the Olympics have lost all credibility. And the Winter Olympics are the only one I care about. Summer Olympics are crap. There's absolutely nothing of interest in the Summer Olympics. But Winter Olympics has all the cool sports, right? The bobsled, the luge, the skeleton. You got hockey, you got curling, all of the biggest sports around the world. All that anybody should care about. If you watch Summer Olympics, you're trash too, whoever you are out there. Wow. But And for them to minimize hockey the way they did this year in Italy, and it's not Italy's fault. That's just what the IOC decided, I guess, to come up with. But it's a joke. And if they go back to that next year, if they're not playing on an international sheet of ice next year, and they don't get rid of that stupid 3-on-3 in overtime in the medal rounds, I'm not watching. I'm done.
No, I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of like women's gymnastics in the Summer Olympics.
You can watch that any time of the year. That's not an Olympics exclusive sport. Any Saturday I can turn on college gymnastics on YouTube TV. It's
but some of those international teams are pretty good. I kind of like those women.
I found my future ex-wife, by the way.
Who? Eileen Gu? Ellen Gu?
No, the
Eileen Gu?
Stefania, the Italian curling chick. Captain of the Italian women's curling team.
You got a picture of her?
She doesn't know it yet, but we're about to get married.
Okay. But you got to get a passport to go see her because she's in Italy.
No, coming here, dude. Why would I leave America?
Oh, you're gonna make you got it like that. You're gonna make her come here.
Yes.
Like mail order brides and shit.
Yeah. Not the mail order. I'm Instagram ordering her.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you.
You want to see a picture of my future ex-wife here?
Yeah, let me see.
All right, let me throw this up here real quick.
All right, let me see.
Stefania Constantini -Ham is who she's going to be.
Two hymns. It sounds like a lot.
I'm gonna let her keep her name, but there she is.
Okay,
holding the sweeper and everything.
She's got the hard line.
I've realized I love Italian women. I didn't know that before.
And she's what? Hockey?
No, curling. She's captain of the women's curling team. Yeah.
Oh, that's why she's got that brush.
It's the broom. Yeah.
The broom. All right. Well, I'll be damned.
I got to take her off the screen. I'm gonna get distracted.
Okay. But this is golf. This is golf talk. And talk about the Olympics in 2 years.
Know it.
Where they played the tour, played Riviera, will be the host for the Olympic team for the Olympic Games. They will be playing at Riviera. Which is still, I haven't really grasped and wrapped my arms around Olympic golf, but certainly is certainly better than some of the other. No, not needed. Probably is not the right thing, but it certainly is better than some of the other add-ons that they have done in the past. So, hey, listen, preview: the golf course will not nowhere close to be playing the same Riviera that they played this past week as we do a recap, as it will be in the summertime when they do play out in LA. But it's an interesting little, nugget to say, hey man, how's it going to play? And then they'll talk a little bit more about it next year as they get prep for the Olympics. Well,
we did have excitement on Sunday with a first-time winner. Because you had a first-time winner that we knew was there. He was near the front. And then on Sunday, he sort of fell off a little bit, and you're like, oh, the pressure's getting to him. All these names around him. You had Rory on your heels. But in the end, Jacob Bridgeman was able to pull it out, and you couldn't have written a script better than this, I don't think, for him. Winning the 2026 Genesis Invitational. And it looked like he was going to run away from all of this, from everybody at Riviera. But he ultimately sort of fell back into the pack late on Sunday before two-putting on the 72nd hole to hold at 18 under for the tournament, clearing Rory McIlroy and Kitayama by just one stroke. 18 under, 2 strokes shy of the tournament scoring record. I don't have his days in front of me, but I know he had a really good Thursday and Friday, and the weekend wasn't quite as kind. Obviously, Sunday was less kind than Saturday. But what do you attribute? So maybe you can tell me, Johnny, were conditions that much worse or harder, more difficult for the players on the weekend than they were during the week? Or why do you think he had struggles during the week and especially on Sunday?
Well, Saturday he didn't, certainly, because they set up the golf course that they want these guys to make big moves. That's why it's called moving day. Right. That's why historically you see a lot of scores that are very low on Saturday. People are going out. They want to see scores. They want to see jockeying positions. But Sunday is always notoriously on the opposite side of it. They tuck the pins a little bit more. They want to really see who's really playing the best strategic wise. Listen, the added pressure of Bridgeman, first PGA Tour win. It doesn't matter how many strokes ahead he was. The people that were coming to gun for him, especially playing with Rory on Sunday, that's just added pressure. You could say all you want, hey, this is Guy's season, but he shot two over par or one over par, two over par on Sunday. That's a combination of a lot of things. Harder golf course for sure. Pressure to win your first PGA Tour event and playing with Rory. So, hey, listen, the guy got it done. It didn't really matter. I thought he'd shoot a couple under par. He just didn't look. He looked very comfortable. Obviously, the first 3 days. Sunday's a different deal. But when you look at a guy like Bridgeman, who is not the longest guy on the PGA Tour, he's kind of middle of the pack or maybe a little bit lower, and he has to rely on his putting to save him a lot. Those are the guys that really never go away. They can't dominate. I thought 19 under for that place, especially after the first day. It did play soft. They did play preferred lies the first 2 days. But, I mean, it's still a hard golf course. And, coming up on that 18th hole, 480 yards uphill, that's a hard golf hole to par when you have a one-shot lead and you need to par to win the golf tournament.
So he shot a 66 on Thursday, 64 on Friday, 64 on Saturday, and then a 72 on Sunday. So obviously between Saturday and Sunday, not a good day. 18 under total. He still wins $4 million, probably the biggest paycheck he's ever, well, no doubtedly the biggest paycheck he's ever seen in his career. And this isn't a guy that's been on my radar too much, obviously entering this season. What about you? Is this, I don't remember him ever being on one of your cards before.
Well, yeah, he's been on our card before, but maybe in the top 20 spot. He did play in the Tour Championship last year.
Yeah.
He had a solid year last year. Yeah. He's just a guy that doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Like I said, his game kind of is a bit of a weird thing because he's such a great putter, probably top 5 best putters on the PGA Tour. Mm-hmm. And if you kind of compare him to a guy like Denny McCarthy, is very similar, not the longest guy in the world, just doesn't make a lot of mistakes, right? He doesn't miss a lot of cuts. Shooting 19, 20, 21 under par, I thought that was a big stretch for him. I didn't think he could get to that. I see a guy like Jacob Bridgeman contending in, the U.S. Opens and things like that, just because how straight he is and his accuracy and how good he putts. So getting to that number, playing around in the 20s at that golf course is really good before he started to come back a little bit. He looked unflappable the first 9 holes, right? I mean, it just, and that's maybe what he needed, right? And then he kind of held on there at the end. But, he's a guy, we talked about this before, is that he's not a guy that's going to dominate a golf course and, go on a run like a Scottie Scheffler because Scottie hits it so plenty far to dominate places. Not that type of guy. But he is a type of guy that probably will win. Doesn't surprise me if he wins one time a year. Contends like he's been doing. Tour Championship last year and on second year on the PGA Tour. That's pretty damn good to jump into something like that. So, especially how they're kind of winding the fields down these days. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, is he on my major radar? No, in terms of winning majors. Is he on the radar of, will he surprise me if he wins once, maybe twice a year? No, that wouldn't surprise me.
Nice. So he becomes the first time winner this season, obviously on the tour. It was his debut appearance at Riviera. He was the 13th first time winner to win the Genesis Invitational and the first since James Hahn back in 2015. Hung Chung Chow.
Wow, James Hahn.
James Hahn. Is that a name that you didn't expect to hear on your bingo card today?
Did not. I didn't know if he's still upright.
It's just a year after he qualified for the Tour Championship without a win. He's now obviously secured his playing privileges on the tour for the next 2 seasons. He jumps to number 1 in the FedEx Cup standings as we begin the Florida swing, your favorite time of the year.
Yes, sir.
700 points from winning a signature event. Complement the points he has gotten in his 4 other starts this season, including 2 top 10s and 2 top 20s. We talked about kind of the way his weekend went. He, of course, began the day with a 6-stroke lead, 1 shy of the tournament record. Arnold Palmer in 1966. Feel like I was there for that. Feels like it anyway.
Pick up 6.
He began his march with a birdie on the par 5 first. He added another on the par 4 third to push past the tournament scoring record for the first time all week and extended his lead to 7. Then he started to move in the wrong direction. Bogeys on 4 and 7. He dropped a couple of shots, but he maintained his overnight lead until back nine charges were made by McIlroy, Adam Scott. Man, I was really pulling for Adam Scott a little bit in this thing too.
Great golf course for him.
Yeah, and Kurt Kitayama. Scott shot a 63, of course, in the clubhouse, 16 under. With the clubhouse lead, Kitayama surged with birdies on 15 and 16 to do one stroke better. And ultimately, though, Bridgeman held on, and again, after falling, and I thought that showed tremendous intestinal fortitude for him to fall back like that while other guys were surging and not to lose his cool, you know, as a young player can. And a guy who's never won, just all that we've talked about it before, all that pressure on Sunday, on the final nine on Sunday, and you got guys making moves that are way bigger names than you. It's easy to get distracted and it's easy to get put out a little bit, but Bridgeman, to his credit, was able to hang on barely.
He hung on.
Let's talk about Rory McIlroy a little bit. T2 at 17 under. You know, I thought he was. I honestly thought he was the one that was going to make the charge at the end on Saturday or on Sunday, but his well sort of ran dry. He really wasn't putting well over the weekend until that last hole. And he was the one putting the most pressure on Bridgeman, I thought. But I don't know where Rory's game is yet. This was just obviously his second start over here in the States. I know he played a lot over in Europe before heading over
Dubai.
here.
Yeah, he always plays Dubai.
Yeah, always plays Dubai. Place I'd like to live one day, but they won't have me because I don't have a passport.
True.
Passports are unnecessary. Let's talk Jordan Spieth a little bit. As he continues to struggle, he finished T12 at 11 under. He had some signs of life, I thought, but never really factored into the outcome of this thing. He carried over a little momentum that he had from Pebble Beach. He ranked inside the top 5 in strokes gained putting and inside the top 10 in strokes gained around the green. His short game did a lot of the heavy lifting this week for him. But man, I didn't think he had. We're still looking for the Jordan Spieth that we're used to seeing, and I just don't know if he's ever coming back.
Oh, he's coming back. You know, those signs of light. Second top 15 finish, back to back. These are good signs from Jordan Spieth. You know, he's starting to hit the better. His golf swing on a technical standpoint is a million times better than what he was. So I think he's got to figure out. He's just struggling with a confidence problem. Really, that's what it is with Jordan Spieth right now. And as soon as he gets that and has a chance to contend, which Jordan Spieth's going to win a golf tournament this year. He's going to win a golf tournament. I'm just telling you, he's going to win a golf tournament.
He may never win a golf tournament again.
He's going to win a golf tournament this year. Write that down. But it's a confidence thing with Jordan Spieth. And I think that, you know, signs of life, strokes gained around the greens and putting just goes to show that part of his game is coming back. I think swinging at it better. Didn't hit a lot of foul balls. You know, he usually plays pretty well out there on the West Coast. Doesn't really play a lot in Florida. He won't play Cognizant next week or this week. And then, you know, Bay Hill players, blah, blah, blah. But those are overseeded greens. They're not the hardcore Bermuda. So I like where Jordan Spieth is too. He hasn't had back-to-back 15 finishes probably 3 or 4 years. So signs of life, baby steps for Jordan Spieth. He's going to win this year. I think he's just fine.
We had
Scottie Scheffler.
And I'm not sure how, but the top 10 streak nearly lived on. He spotted the field early on Thursday. He was 5 over through his first 10 holes. He spent the second round again by making an 8-foot par putt on 18 on Friday. Everything seemed out of sorts for him early on. And, you know, and that's not uncommon for him, really.
Right.
He figured things out as the weekend progressed, though. He's now got a week off to evaluate his early tournament woes, I guess, as he will return to action at the Arnold Palmer Invitational in a couple of weeks. His 19 straight top 10 finishes dated back to last year's Player Championship. That streak, thank God, is now broken. We don't have to hear about that anymore. But thoughts on Scottie not really getting it done this week?
Yeah, I mean, he just puts himself in such a pigeonhole, at the very beginning. He's so far back. I mean, he is Scottie Scheffler.
74 on Thursday, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he did that last week at Pebble, so I think a little bit he putted poorly. He doesn't really like Poe Green, so he's notorious for putting poorly there. But a little bit of it too is we have such high expectations for Scottie. When he does have a bad round of 74 or 1 over 2 over par, we think it's the end of the world. And it's not. This is just normal. It's hard to keep up the stretch of golf that he has played for the last 2.5 years. You just can't do it. It just doesn't work that way. So, you're starting to see signs of, him not being immortal, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. But if you look at his bad rounds or even par 1 over, but our expectations are just so high. We're just so unrealistic. So I wouldn't worry about Scottie Scheffler. I think he's a couple weeks break is going to bode well for him, and he'll get ready for Bay Hill.
Look, I'm not going to pull any fastballs here, Johnny. Is Scottie Scheffler's pro golf career over?
It is next week because he's not playing. How about that?
It's over for at least a week.
It's over for a week.
Another guy that interested me that sort of vied for a win early on here, Marco Penge.
Yeah.
Not real familiar with him. He finished at 10 under, T16. He was near the top of the leaderboard a little bit as we saw his name on Saturday. Did not have the weekend that he wanted, obviously. But he's English, right? He's one of those Englishmen's good day mates.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard test. I mean, he came over from the DP World Tour, winning 3 times last year. Obviously, starting to build up in the world golf rankings. Has his membership on the PGA Tour just because of his finishes on the DP. That's a hard ladder to climb, man. Leading an event like that. I think it's experience. I think he's going to take a lot from his Saturday round and his Sunday round. He'll learn from that. The guy's not going anywhere. He'll be he's a guy that potentially could be on that Ryder Cup team in 2027. So, hey, listen, learning experience. He's going to have a lot more of these. I think he's going to learn from it, and don't expect him to see him around on some more leaderboards as 2026 kind of moves forward.
Yeah, and if nothing else, he got to show an American audience kind of what his game's all about, right? So, I mean,
it's good.
It put him on my radar. He shot 66, 64, 74 Saturday and a 70 on Sunday. So that Saturday sort of killed him a little bit. But, hey, he got a lot of TV exposure when he was up there near the top and throughout the weekend. So, people like me, it at least put him on our radar here. And then last guy I wanted to talk about a little bit because I feel like he's hopefully on the road to a comeback here. T20 at 9 under, Ludwig Åberg. On the surface, this was not a memorable performance for him by any stretch, but it produced his first top 20 finish of the season, which I feel is obviously a move in the right direction for him. He was battling some gut issues, I heard early on, that are kind of related to the illness that he had last season. So apparently he's not completely done with that, which is a little scary.
Yeah.
Of course, playing as the defending champion, horrid start, included a borderline shank on Thursday on the par 3 fourth. But I think it's a step in the right direction for him. The finish, don't look at those individual poor shots that he made during the week. Just look at the overall finish, because I think that's more indicative of the direction that he's moving here.
Yeah, I think, it's weird. Like we talked about this at the beginning of the year, and as we look at his card, I don't know if he's completely healthy. Same thing happened last year when he gets on that West Coast swing. Internal, health issues, and we don't know what that is. They're not revealing that, but certainly not healthy. A guy like that has a golf swing like that, his results aren't really showing him his talent.
Yeah.
I just certainly, my only thing to put a finger on, he's just not healthy, and it's really kind of showing.
72 on Thursday, then he goes 68, 69, 66.
Yeah.
So without that Thursday, he'd have been way more in contention, I think, and have a better shot on Sunday. So,
yeah, I agree.
So I was a little bit impressed. I'm encouraged by his overall finish here with his first top 20 of the season.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back on the other side. We've got some Michelle Wie news. And then a little look, we don't talk LIV Golf and John Rahm, but when I get a chance to bash both of those things at one time, I'm all about it, as we're going to talk some John Rahm and LIV and Michelle Wie on the other side. We are From the Rough, sponsored by OrionGolf.com. Head over to OrionGolf.com. The masters of golf course and golf facilities management. They can help you out with staffing. They can help you out with F&B. They can help you out with catering, with event support, merchandise, anything over at OrionGolf.com, up there where Johnny is, up in Kansas City. And you know, don't tell them IndyCarTim sent you. Tell them John Gerber sent you. You'll probably get a better deal. They'll probably pay a little more attention to you if you do that. But we appreciate those boys, everything they do for us right here on FanStream Sports. We will be back after these words.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the J.P. Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. FanStreamSports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. In addition to OrionGolf.com, we have to give the big shout out to Tomstown Distilling Company, the premier craft distillery in downtown Kansas City, where history meets handcrafted spirits, inspired by the Roaring Twenties and the rebellious spirit of Boss Tom Pendergast. Tomstown creates award-winning bourbon, gin, vodka, rye, and canned cocktails you will not forget. Johnny and I were up there. We got to taste all of these spirits.
You did.
Well, you got to. Just because you didn't, that's on you. As you passed everything over to me, which created the result of the crate head photo that's so famous on this show.
Box head.
The box head. But look, whether you want the double barrel bourbon or the bold botanical gin or one of their canned refreshing cocktails, every pour tells a story of quality and character. If you're up in the Kansas City area, you can visit their beautiful Art Deco tasting room. You can enjoy expertly mixed craft cocktails or take a behind-the-scenes distillery tour like we did to see how these premium spirits are made. If you're not local, Tomstown is available for delivery in 40-plus United States of the states of America for the United States of America. And we urge you to head over to toms-town.com, take a look at where you are and where they are and if they can deliver to you because look, Tomstown, it's where the spirits are bold, the cocktails are unforgettable, and history is alive with every sip, as Johnny is sipping.
That's right. Got my Tomstown going right now. I was just down there this afternoon. It was beautiful.
Of course you were. Happy birthday to James.
Yeah, that's right.
Johnny, we have a notable golfer that is leaving the retirement comfortability
Kinda.
to come back as... And look, I haven't been kind to this TGL thing. I still don't understand its point or the purpose or why they play it during the regular season of the PGA. To me, it just seems like it screws literally everything up. You guys are distracted from their game. I think guys are only doing it because it's Tiger. I think fans only have an interest in it because it's Tiger. And I haven't seen anything that indicates this thing is a smashing success. Ratings suck. It's on opposite other sports during the week on Tuesday nights is when they do this thing. Nobody's watching it, yet they felt it was necessary to create a women's league that will be called, shockingly, the WTGL. And so Michelle Wie West, and I don't know what this means, I guess, is already an investor in the Los Angeles Golf Club.
Yep.
What does that mean? What is the Los Angeles? Is that a team?
Yeah,
what
so
is
it's
the Los
PGA.
Angeles Golf Club.
They're franchised. They're basically like a sport, like you own the Lakers. That's what they do. Like Serena Williams is a partner in the one in West Palm, and all these athletes are. It's basically a sports team. Is what it is.
How do they make money on it? Everyone plays in the same freaking indoor arena.
Advertisement, sponsorship advertisement is what the league gets, and then they disperse it off to the teams, right? So
this is a terrible idea.
It's no different than having a sports franchise. That's what it is. What they're trying.
It is. It's a ton of difference.
Will you let me finish?
I guess you're gonna be wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong. So it's a sports. You're buying a franchise. You're buying a sports team. It's basically what it is. It just happens to be in simulator golf. It's just what it is. There's a lot of investors like Mike Trout has the one in Jersey. Tiger, has his partner in his, and Rory has a partner in his. But there's other sponsors, or there's other investors that buy the team. Michelle Wie West is out there with her husband. So yeah, it's just what it is. I'm actually a little bit more excited about the women than the men. I care.
I will watch the women way more than look. Okay, here's my two theories on this after what you just said. Number one, none of these people ever gave any money to any of this because that would be the worst investment they possibly have ever made in their lives. All they did was allow them to attach their names to these things.
No, sir. Disagree.
Mike Trout's
100%.
not a moron. Michelle Wie West is not a moron. You're not going to invest money in something that you're going to get zero return in.
Well, they did. So that's fact.
Okay. Number two, I would go buy a sports franchise, a legitimate sports franchise of a legitimate sport, team sport, because I'm going to host those games. I'm going to get gate money. I'm going to share revenue with the rest of the league that I'm involved in, and I'm going to get gate money from those events and from my own event, however many games a year I'm hosting at my stadium that I own. That doesn't apply here.
Sure does.
There's no money other than just your TV sponsors and SoFi, who owns the freaking arena thing they play in.
They're getting money. They're getting money from the teams that they play. They're getting money from their apparel. People are going
money out and buying TGL apparel.
A ton.
Where is that even for sale at?
You can go online and buy everything, all team gear, TGL, all that stuff. It's no different than going all the XFL or the UFL football stuff. It's a small franchise. It's why? What's the difference?
It's not even this. It's because it's not. Look, if I'm a fan of the Los Angeles whatever golf club team, where can I go watch them play?
You can go to SoFi.
They play in Florida.
So it doesn't matter. Watch it on TV. That's what they want you to do. It has nothing to do with that.
This is such a joke, man.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It's,
I know.
Like
I know
it's a bad product.
You're not a fan
I don't think
either.
the product's worth of shit. No, but these people are investing their money into it. It's just not a giveaway. That's what they are. That's why you don't see very many of them rah that they're on doing commercials for their team. Yeah. It's an investable thing. It's like UFL, right? It's just smaller deals, smaller outlets. I mean, it's like Dallas Renegades, right? You're just playing in a neutral site stadium. It's what you are. You're getting sales from advertising and media, getting sales from apparel. It's just what it is.
So that's the thing. So people aren't a fan of teams in TGL. They're a fan of whatever their favorite golfer is doing. So my favorite golfer, if I'm a big Rory fan, whatever the hell team Rory's on, I'm going to cheer for that team because it's Rory. You don't need teams to do this.
I think it's the opposite because I don't even know who the hell's playing for who. Like I don't.
Does Dallas have a team?
No. They switch their people up all the time. Like it's so I don't even know who plays with who. But yeah, it's just listen. We've talked about this a million times. I don't like the product. I think it's trash. Whoever bets on it's an idiot. And I know a lot of people that bet on it. I'm like,
why would you bet on TGL? That makes no sense.
I told my buddy the other day, he said he put a bet on TGL. I said, let me tell you something. I said, just give me a bat. Let me hit you over the head and send me $200 because that's what you're doing.
That's what you're doing.
That's what you're doing. So, yeah, listen, it's your first point was, yeah, is it because of Tiger? Yes, these guys are doing it. Yes. I don't see it lasting very long, but I do like to add. I'm more intrigued who's playing for the ladies.
Yeah.
And them loosening up a little bit, right?
I definitely have more of an interest in that.
I know Lexi's going to have a team. I knew that fact. That's factual. Michelle Wie West is going to play and have a team. So we'll see who comes on board, for that. My future, wife to be, she might do a team from Dallas. Who knows? We haven't talked about it yet. We'll see how much time.
All right. When they come to Dallas and play golf, then I'll go watch them.
They won't come.
I know. That's why nobody's going to watch.
No.
I hate that for the women. So she is coming out of her 3-year retirement to join as a player in the WTGL. Of course, Michelle Wie, one of the biggest stars since she was 8 years old, playing golf. 5-time LPGA Tour winner. Of course, your 2014 U.S. Open winner. And apparently an investor in a gumball machine that will never return money. I'm just saying.
No, it's like those lobster machines, right? It just looks okay, and you can never get the lobster out of the tank.
She is the 8th confirmed player for the inaugural WTGL.
Who do they got? They give you the list?
Join current number 1, Gino Titical. Oh, I already know what team I'm cheering for. Whatever team Charlie Hull is on. Lydia Ko, Lottie Wode, Brooke Henderson, Rose Zhang, and Lexi Thompson. Those so far are the 8 confirmed players. There will be more, obviously, unless you're just going to have, 2 teams? Because isn't it 4 guys to a team?
Yeah.
Which wouldn't surprise me. Hey, let's just have 2 teams fighting each other every single week. It's the same 2. Let's just do it.
And don't be surprised if they once this fails, like the men's stuff is failing, watch them have a mixed team deal. I'm just telling you.
Oh, I'm sure they'll do. They need to do more mixed team stuff on the actual tours, I think.
I agree.
Would love to see more of those.
I agree. They used to.
They need to let the women play from the black tees and the men play from the red tees.
It's like the worst idea I've ever heard.
And turn that into a major. Turn that into a major that applies to both tours.
You want them to tee it up in the fairway too, with a tee in the fairway?
Yeah, every shot you can use it. You can use that sounds like a gimmick that LIV would do. And hey, look, you get 1 tee for every hole that you play. You don't have to use it off the tee box. You can use it anywhere you want. the court on that hole for every hole.
Put it in the bunker. You
Yeah.
can use the grease.
Absolutely.
You can use the grease.
God.
I don't know where you come up with these
LIV Golf. Because I'm a
sorry
genius.
ass ideas.
I'm a genius.
You're a genius at what? I don't know yet, but
I'm a mad scientist. Johnny, the DP Tour announced on Saturday that 8 players from LIV Golf paid their fines and met certain requirements to be granted their conditional release for the 2026 season and remain eligible to play in DP World Tour events and the Ryder Cup. However, Jon Rahm, the biggest European star on LIV Golf, might argue that fact, was not among that group. You had Terrell Hatton, Laurie Cantor, Thomas Dietrich, Tom McKibben, Adrian Maronk, Victor Perez, David Puig, and Elvis Smiley all agreed to pay their fines, withdraw their appeals against the DP World Tour, and participate in certain events, media activities, and promotions for the tour. As such, they were granted the opportunity to play LIV Golf events that conflict with DP World Tour tournaments. Rahm was not part of that group, leaving his status with the DP World Tour and Europe's Ryder Cup team in 2027 still in doubt. The tour noted that the agreements for conditional release were not precedent-setting. They only applied to the 2026 season. Rahm has refused to pay fines in excess of $3 million for playing in LIV Golf events that oppose those on the DP World Tour. He and Terrell Hatton were eligible to play in the 2025 Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black after appealing their sanctions in September. A timeline has not been established for when a third-party arbiter will hear that appeal, but with his new agreement, Hatton and Maronk, who was also part of that, no longer need to be involved. Do you even care if Jon Rahm ever comes back to the PGA Tour?
No. Yeah, the PGA Tour, yeah, I do, for a couple of reasons. He moves the needle. He does. I don't care what anybody says. And I like to see Jon Rahm get his ass whooped. Just for all this trash. Here's the reason why, a little bit, in my opinion. Jon Rahm still think he's a member of the PGA Tour. He always has. He's never thought he left the member of the PGA Tour. So he thinks he's going to be able to come straight back to the PGA Tour like Brooks did. It's just what it is. So he doesn't. He thinks he's Big Earn. He thinks he's above the law. He thinks he's above all these sanctions and doesn't want to pay them. Just telling you, that's just how he thinks. Yeah. He thinks he is the draw. He thinks he should be being played. He thinks he should be being paid to play golf just to show up.
Right.
That's how he thinks.
Yeah.
Right. So for him to send any money back or pay these sanctions, he's like, why am I doing this? I move the needle. I'm the biggest needle here. So
y'all need me. I don't need you. That's his mentality.
That's right. So it's an ego thing. It's a trash thing, but you know what you do when you have trash, you just take it out and you just, hey man, I'll set you on the curb for a while and see how it works for you. So he's always been like that. I'm over Jon Rahm. I could care less. I could care less what he does. I like him as a competitor. When he's in events, I do like it. I don't like his bitching and moaning. I don't. But let's get back and play some PGA Tour events and get your ass whooped. And then we'll see what the real golf is. But the other guys, man, hats off to them. They're doing it the right way. They're going to earn a lot more world ranking points if they finish in the top 5 on the DP World Tour. That will get them their membership, no matter where they are with golf, with LIV. They will get their membership on the PGA Tour. They're going about it the way that you probably should. And good for them.
And for Jon Rahm to not do that at the same time that they're all doing it, that just shows the stubborn-headedness and the ego kicking in here with him, because he could have made things so much easier on himself and on the fan base and on everybody by just going along with what they were doing and just get it done, get it out of the way. Don't draw attention to yourself. And I probably would have looked upon that favorably at this point for him. Again, I don't care if he ever comes back to PGA. I literally do not care. But yes, I agree that he moves the needle, but I don't think the PGA Tour needs him. Is he an asset if he's here? Yes. Is he missed if he's gone at this point? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think he's rubbed so many people the wrong way in the fan base and obviously within the tour. I don't think it's a big deal, but we'll see what happens with him. Are you still with us? You're frozen.
No, my camera broke.
How did your camera break?
I don't know. It's broken. Something happened. It's an old camera. So why don't you take it home from here?
Well, we need you to talk about your picks. Can you still see the screen?
I still see the screen, but I'm frozen here. But we'll go.
Okay. I'll cover your face up with the picks. As we're going to get into my picks, and then we're going to get into your picks. All right.
Okay.
So all we need is audio from you.
Perfect.
My face will take all of this the rest of the way. We just need your audio. And we'll even skip the break to do it. We're going to skip our second break, and we're going to get right into our picks. Of course, we have to cover my Wheel of Misfortune picks that Johnny actually has a little say-so in every week now. I'm going to screenshot that photo. I like that picture of you, by the way, that's on the screen frozen like that. I dig that. Let's get into Tim's Wheel of Misfortune picks. I did have a hit, Johnny, thanks to you. Of course, my Wheel of Misfortune picks, for those that don't know, I literally spin the wheel. I have 7 players that I pre-select before we do our show. And in our selection process, I spin the wheel, and whatever one it lands on, that is determined by Johnny if that's my winner, my top 10, or my top 20. So with Johnny's help, I had a hit in my top 20 as Colin Morikawa finishes T7 in my top 20. My top 10, Hideki Matsuyama finished at T28. Big swing and a miss, and then a bigger swing and a miss. My winner that I was really excited about, man, Max Homa ends up finishing T37. Not a great weekend for him. I'm still pulling for him. He's probably going to be on my wheel just about every week because I want to pull for the guy. And if he wins, maybe we can get him on the show at some
Great
point.
Signs. So I like how he's trending. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely trending up, and he's a far cry from what he was last year.
Yeah.
So Johnny, that in mind, let's talk about your picks.
Not the best week again. This was our second losing week of the year. So we 6 events. The top 4 going to the 6 top 4. We made some money. We did lose a little bit. Cam Young finished T7, almost got there. These guys were just so far behind the needle. They just couldn't catch up. They couldn't make enough birdies. Riviera did not lend on Sunday to make a big run. You had to make your hay on Saturday, and these guys were so far back they just couldn't do it. I'm going to skip Matthew Fitzpatrick because I'll lose it on this sorry son of a bitch.
You had to put him on there.
Took my parking spot too. So if you all know that information, y'all know that inside joke. Son of a bitch took my parking spot. I might knock that dude out the next time I see him, and it'll probably be Heritage. I already had a run-in with him in Heritage last year. Hey, listen.
I want to see Nancy knock him out.
Man, Nancy ain't no joke. She'll knock him out before I will. That's for sure. We'll pass on him because I don't want to get fired up. My blood pressure's already through the roof. My name is Sep Straka, 45-1, T50, almost dead last in the field. The new coward, Tony Finau, 91, yep. T28.
On your list.
My man, Dirt Nap, plus 275, cashed in for us, T6. He's cashed in every single year with us, every single time we've had him on our card this year. So playing really good golf. Unfortunately, I think fortunately, he's kind of past last year's personal life. If everybody knows the passing of his girlfriend and things like that, I think he's kind of past that. He got a bad draw the very first day. They kind of put him in a bad spot. Couldn't finish well, but that's just the luck how it is. But Dirt got us again, man. Thank you, Jake. Plus 275. That helped us cut our losses a little bit. Harris English couldn't catch up. Plus 280. Victor Hovland. We ain't gonna talk about him either. And my man Michael Kim. He gonna get put on the list too.
What happened to Michael Kim?
Sometimes you just we have when you get a shortened field event like this, you got to take a flyer on even the top 20s because you're not going to get a lot of value because it's a short field. You only got 60 players, so you kind of got to go down the board. I thought he would play well, California guy, used to the PO, but just didn't really work. But hey, we did go 1-1 of our matchups. We had both dogs. Dirt was one of our profits. We had him plus 133.
Yep.
Matthew Fitzpatrick, we had him. He decided to bogey 4 of the last 5 holes to lose by 1 to Tommy Fleetwood. That's why I'm upset with him. That's just what you do when you're just you're just okay. So we did lose a little bit this week, so that gets us. So we still are profitable for the year. So 7,400. So we're plus about 125 for the year. That's it. I know it's not great, but this isn't the California swing. We usually struggle a little bit on the California swing. If we can get a little bit of a profit or get a little bit under or break even, that's really good for us. 3-4-1 in our matchups. Next 5 weeks, the Florida swing this is where we crush it. We are back on the East Coast time. We are back on golf courses that I love, know the players. Wind, conditions are going to be windy. We know that. So there's a little bit more of a consistent weather pattern. Looking forward to Cognizant. Brooks Koepka's playing this week, which we knew he's going to be playing this week. I love this next stretch of golf. You got Cognizant. You got the Bay Hill Players Championship Valspar. So looking forward to a month of making some real good candy. And I will be down there next week, Fort Lauderdale, come up to Orlando, cover Bay Hill a little bit. So looking forward to next week to getting Florida, and I'm looking forward to the week. I'm positive, even though we did have 2 losing weeks last 2. I feel very good going into Florida swing. It's the first time in a long time we've been on the positive side of the board.
Yeah,
going in to the Florida swing, and then this is where we really crack it.
Yeah, we will return on Wednesday with your Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches preview. As the boys play out at PGA National in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And then, of course, if Johnny's here, he can, offer his expertise. I'm not sure what Johnny's schedule is for that, but, I guess he didn't like his picture because he took it off the screen. What's up?
I didn't. It looked terrible. What are you doing to me?
I can put this one up there for you if you want.
Even better. Let's go. I like it. Thank you.
We will be back on Wednesday. Special thanks and shout out to toms-town.com and oriongolf.com, our 2 biggest supporters of this thing other than ourselves and Nancy and Jerome Gerber. Of course, some of our other biggest supporters and sponsors, frankly. I'll throw that out there. Look, boys and girls, appreciate everybody hanging with us today. Make sure you share the show with your golf friends. Sorry about the hockey rant at the beginning. Look, just deal with it because that's what you get on this show. We don't script it or anything. We don't even know what we're going to talk about until we pop on. Sometimes you get me bashing Olympic hockey. That's what you get. It probably went on longer than it should have, but that's what you get. I don't even care anymore. But share the show, like the show, give us a comment what you thought about U.S. hockey on our golf show. Also, the Genesis Thriller, John Rahm and the Ryder Cup drama, and the return of Michelle Wie West. That's what I call her when we were. That's what I used to. That was my pet name for her. I used to call her Michie when we were together all the time.
Machine, or Michie?
She was.
She's both.
Man,
she's both.
Tell you what.
Woo. Yeah.
What a machine! I need another machine. We will be back on Wednesday, boys and girls. Until then, you guys keep hitting them straight.